Great morning from Lakeside over here, enjoying it this morning. I was asked a question, and I thought it's a good one to talk about. And then I'm going to pull some cards for fun, and we'll see what the cards have to say on the topic. So the question was, how do I guarantee my safety? Okay. Well, my question to them was, how do you guarantee your safety? Okay. You can step off a curb, get hit by a bus. Okay. Someone can break into your home. Case in point, people went shopping for groceries. People went to an event, and they're getting fired at with gunfire. So am I any less safe than anyone else because I'm out here? I don't think so. I think there are far less people out here with AK-47s than there are, breaking into churches or whatever going on out there at big public events. Okay? And you either live life or you build yourself a jail. Okay? I prefer not to live in a jail. I prefer to live life. We've all got X amount of time here, no matter what. So you can either choose to live life and get the most out of it and enjoy it for every second that you can, or you can be in fear and build a jail around yourself, which doesn't guarantee safety any more than any other thing. So that's my view on it. So let's pull some cards and just see what the cards have to say. If it's going to, I thought that'll be interesting. So I'm going to pull some cards, and we'll see what is said on the subject. So we're going to ask the universe, what can you tell us on the subject here of safety? What about safety? Okay, the overarching thing we have is, the devil. Okay, so immediately what I'm getting is fears will chain you. So what are you afraid of? What are you being bound by? Okay, and I think this is a good way to begin it. Okay. What did Christ say? He said, fear not. Don't be in fear. But what does the what does the negative influence want to do? Be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. Okay? Be chained up by your fears. Okay? That's just as much of a chain and a bondage as is drinking, drugs, running away from something, okay, trying to mask and cover over something by using drugs, rampant sex, whatever it is you're using to try to mask something, okay, fear-based, not wanting to look at, not wanting to confront. Usually people will run away to drugs, that type of thing. alcohol, drugs, whatever, to try to mask a pain. Or you can stifle yourself, and this is something that parents do. You think they're really loving parents, but if you coddle children too much, it's like a bird. You can't open the shell for a bird that's emerging. They have to struggle. They have to build up their strength. Okay? Very important. If you open the shell for them, they'll die. They need to have that struggle. Just as children, if you are so coddling of your children, overprotective, they don't develop skills to live in life. The most wounded I have seen are those that have been so coddled by parents that they cannot live life for themselves. They're in absolute fear mode and just don't have skills. Okay, they don't have the strength. So again, the first thing we have out is, are you chained by fears? So I think that is a really good start to this subject. So let's see what else we have with this. So next what we have are messages. Okay, messages. You have the light and you have the dark. You have messages. What are the messages you're buying into? What is it you are feeding and fueling? Again, are you fueling messages of fear, angst, anxiety? Okay, this is not to say you be Pollyanna and everything's fabulous. No, when you come out, you have to, again, be smart, be wise, look, observe. Okay, nurture. Yeah, again, same thing. What are you nurturing? What are the messages that you are buying into or telling yourself in your life, in your world? Are you telling yourself the world is a scary, horrible place to be? Well, then the more that you say that to yourself, that's the more of what you'll find. Yeah, letters, the things. What are you taking in? What are you reading? What are you observing? What are you, what is it that is fueling you? Are you being fueled by conspiracy theories? Or are you being fueled by spirituality, that life is eternal in nature and we are here for a time? So make the most of the time that you're here. Yes, we have physicality of form on this plane, okay? Because that's how we interact here. And when we leave this form, we are in a spiritual body, okay? A more rarefied body. But while we are here, we are in the school of life on this plane of existence. And so we have this more physical form that we are dealing with. So again, when you're here, are you in, what's the top one? Fear mode? Are you being chained by that? And what are the messages you're listening to? Let's go to the next one. The next one we have Cancer. Immerse. Immerse. So same thing. What are you living? What are you immersing in? Mystery. Okay. Are you willing to engage the mystery as something that's unfolding? Are you seeing mystery as something that's terrifying? Okay. Something you want to control? Or are you seeing it as another experience, the mystery, what's going to happen today, what doors are going to open? What is your view on it? It can either be something exciting, it's a mystery, we'll have to see what the next thing brings, or you see it as something, I need to control everything. And the more you try to control, okay, the more you try to control, the more out of control you will feel. Okay, so the ship, again, on your journeys, going towards mystery, how are you immersing yourself in that? Okay, do you see it as something of an excitement? Okay, my next adventure, what's going to happen? Okay, do you have that confidence? Okay, and willingness and openness to explore and to see what's the next door? Okay, or are you someone that has to try to control every aspect of life, and the more you attempt to control, the more out of control you feel? Okay, because you can't control everything in life. You have to go with the flow. You know, be like water. Taoism is be like water. Go with the flow. You know, if you see something that's resistant there, you come against a rock up there, rather than trying to blast it out of the way, you go around it. Okay, you go around it. You keep going. So let's see what we have. The South Node, past. What is your past? Are you willing to look at it and look more deeply at it? Or are you, again, running from it? Are you trying to, and I see this with a lot. This is something, if you've dealt with PTSD, you've dealt with abuse in your life, you've dealt with trauma in your life, are you willing to look at it? Are you willing to let go of it? Are you looking at it deeper to cut those bonds? Or are you letting it tie you up? Are you, again, running on fear and not willing to look at it? Because this can be the greatest liberator. If you are willing to look at it, confront it, okay, it can be a great liberator in the end. So, yeah, balance. Very apropos. If you come to realization, enlightenment, you come to 0 point, I call it 0 point balance. You're in the moment fully. You're not projecting in the future. You're not trying to live in the past. Those things don't exist any longer, okay? All that exists, and you recognize that what exists is what you have in this second. What do you have in this second? Okay, yeah, faithful. So, are you working with nature? Are you working with the universe? Are you working with spirit and see it as friendly? See it as there to aid you, okay? To stay in balance? Or are you fear mode of it? Are you allowing all of these things to control you? Okay? You can either come to balance, okay? You can either come to balance and see nature and life as friend. You can enjoy the mystery, be willing to immerse yourself in it, to go forward, see what doors. You can nurture the better things, the better messages, or you can let fear rule you. I prefer to live life with nature and knowing that life is eternal. Knowing that at the heart of all of it is the divine is. And none of us lives forever. Okay? And none of us can choose the way that we are leaving this earth plane unless you're someone that has a terminal illness, okay, if you're someone that has a terminal illness and the body just is not going to function to allow you to experience life here, then in that case, yeah, you may know about when the termination is coming, because you may choose to leave the body form. Okay, you may choose at that point to say, you know, there's no more use to be here, because if you're just having total pain and suffering, there is no quality of life yet, then in that case, it might be someone that, yeah, knows when the end is coming. Otherwise, we don't know. And whether it comes from a car accident, whether it comes from being hit by a bus, whether it comes from cancer, whether it comes from being murdered, all of these things, and any of these things can happen. Okay. We cannot pick and choose, and I don't care if you try to hide yourself away in your home or create a jail for yourself. Death is going to come, no matter what. All of us are here for a short time, okay? And we're here to gain the experiences that we gain. And you can either, look at life and be willing to engage it, or you can live in, like the cards are saying, you can live in fear mode. You can let that rule over you. You can sit there and miss out. How many times do I hear people say, oh, I wish I had the courage to do what you're doing? You're an inspiration. Well then, if I'm an inspiration, challenge yourself. Come out of your comfort zone and see that you can experience these things. You can, have more of an integration with life, okay? Find the spiritual part of life and enjoy that, okay? There is nothing... there is no church on the planet that's more beautiful than the Church of God in nature, okay? Okay, the Church of the Heart. And that's with you wherever you're at. So open up and enjoy life. So how do I guarantee my safety? By knowing that life is eternal, okay? And we are in this transient form for experiencing on this plane of existence. Now, I have to say, when I started my spiritual journey in this lifetime, continuation of many lifetimes of searching, I started out again in fear mode. I had been, I had gone through abuse. I had gone through all of these traumatic things, a lot of traumatic things in my life. And I don't talk about them much because with realization, all of that ends as if it never happened. But when I started out, I was in depression, just really, reliving and just, I couldn't function part of the time because of heavy depression and all of these things. And you're in the pity party and why me and, all of that stuff. But I chose the spiritual life. I chose wanting to know God. That's what I was looking for. What is God? You know, is God, and what is God? And these were the things I wanted to know, and it was my journey. Okay? And in the end, you know, those hard lessons are there for us to, they are really doors. If we are willing to walk through, they can be the greatest liberators, but you've got to be willing to look deeper and challenge these things rather than running away from them, cowering in the dark, in the shadows. You know, that's not going to help anything. Okay? So, I've talked about it before. Forgiveness was a big thing. That really opened things along the way to begin with. And you see that if you have gone through a lot of abuse and things, that the abusers, it's not usually about you. It's about failings in their own life, and you just happen to become their target. But really, it has nothing to do with you personally. It has to do with their own failings and things that they have not handled in their own life. Okay? So that's why it says the sins of the fathers will be visited upon the sons or daughters, you know. It's their failings that they're projecting onto you, projecting on. And once you see that, once you see that they are not in their right mind, that they are driven, they're living in a hell realm, people that do these types of abuses and things, and that you have, you know, an opportunity to get out of it, but they are, you know, within the confines of their mind, then you can develop compassion, okay? You can develop understanding, you develop compassion, and you can be willing to let go of it once you see that it really had nothing to do with you. And you don't have to take it on. And you can let go of it and move forward in your own life and find the beauty that's there, okay? So, thank you for that question, because that opened up a topic that I think is very relevant for this day and age. And you can either be hid in the shadows and chained by your fears, or you can challenge things and come out and look at the beauty. Look at the beauty where I'm at this morning, okay? So, again, you're as safe here as you are anywhere else, okay? So I'm going to leave this here. Thank you for your question. Much love and light to everyone. And be willing to challenge yourself. Be willing to get out and find that there is more to life than trying to keep yourself safe, okay? So thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you online. Look at Miramax. What you doing? You looking out the window, Miramax? Huh? You looking out the window, Miramax? Yeah. He said, I look in the window, Mama. I'm a little short in the butt, so I got to sit on the pillow to look out the window. But, yeah. Here comes the Maymay. Here comes the Maymay. Come on, girlfriend. Hey, girlfriend. What you doing? What you doing, big girl? So anyway, I'm getting ready to take these two out for their morning constitutional and get ready to head up the road or down the road, whatever it is, on our next adventure. What are we going to see today? What's around the next bend? I prefer to see the mystery as something exciting. Okay? How do you see it? Thanks for tuning in. Missy Maymay is pushing me. Troublemaker. Oh my God. Live life. Okay. Enjoy it. Or you could be like Nityananda, running from running from the law, buying an island, and now finding himself so ill that and in fear mode that he's going to be arrested. Okay. Yeah.